Hi guys, I'm Melissa Lay with Melissa's Mealtime Magic. Welcome to my air fryer workshop. Let me know where you're joining from, if you're catching it live or watching the replay, and if you already have our Pampered Chef Air Fryer or if it's just something on your wish list. After tonight, you'll see why it's one of my favorite appliances. I have made a ton of recipes ahead of time for this workshop, and all of the recipes for those items, food items that I share with you, are posted in Melissa's Mealtime Magic, along with the recipes that we're going to make tonight. If you are not already a member of Melissa's Mealtime Magic group, I'll post a link in the comments and you can request to join and have access to all of those recipes. Okay, so we're gonna make 2 recipes tonight in our time together. And before we do that, I want to tell you what comes standard with the Pampered Chef Air Fryer. So in your air fryer, you get 2 trays. You also get a drip tray. Now, your drip tray is the one piece of equipment, the one thing for your air fryer that is not dishwasher safe. So you want to make sure that you hand wash your drip tray. Everything else can go in the dishwasher. And it also has a guard that comes with it. This is not a 3rd tray. So the air fryer is a family size air fryer. It does have the capability to hold 3 trays. So if you were wanting to maybe dehydrate and have a 3rd tray, you could pop in a 3rd tray there. Sorry, I'm trying to watch it. You could pop in a 3rd tray and have here, but it only comes with 2. We do sell an extra tray if that's what you're looking for. But this part right here is your guard, and it protects your fan. So it's going to protect the life to help your air fryer last longer. And it's really important it's put in properly. If you take it out to clean it and you put it in upside down, you'll notice this doesn't go all the way in and your air fryer door will not close. So if you have that problem, it might be because your guard is upside down, but you want to make sure it's pushed all the way back, and that protects your air fryer. It also comes with your rotating basket, your retrieval tool, and your rotisserie spit. Okay, so we are going to, our first recipe that we are going to make tonight is, I've taken and marinated some chicken. I'm making a summer salad. So let me show you the salad that I'm making right now. It has spring mix, red onions, and fresh peaches in it. And I am going to also add in the chicken and this grilled corn when we grill it. So in the chicken, it's been marinating. I have 4 tablespoons of our basil infused oil that Pampered Chef sells. And I have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 garlic cloves. So I've been marinating this chicken in the refrigerator for a little over an hour. Now it is 2 chicken breasts and they are all cut up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it in the rotating basket. So I found when I first got my air fryer that I really kind of was intimidated to use all the pieces that it came with. The rotisserie spit was completely something I was afraid of. And the basket, I was like, I don't really know what that's for other than French fries. And so I found that I wasn't using it as much as I was using the trays. And once I started using the basket, I have made so many things with the basket, a lot of which I will show you tonight. It's crazy easy, and one of the things I love about it is you're not stuck waiting for that halftime to swap your trays, because it's constantly rotating and it's cooking things for you, so you're not having to worry about the rotating. Okay, so I use the large reusable bag to store and marinate my chicken in. Hold on, let me grab my tongs. And I just used our kitchen spritzer to spray the inside of the rotating basket, because I don't really want the chicken to stick. So I'm just pouring or placing the chicken into the rotating basket. Hopefully See that? This smells so good. Now you could do this where you cut up 2 chicken breasts and really very easily, you don't have to marinate it for hours. You could just use a tablespoon of our garlic parmesan or our garlic parmesan rub with and put over it any type of seasoning really and some oil and cook it in the rotating basket and have, this is going to be done in 12 minutes, and have nice chunks of chicken for salad or anything that you really want to make. Okay, so when your basket is cool, you can just pick it up and put it in with your hands, or you can use your retrieval tool if for some reason it's greasy or yucky and you don't want to. So what you do is you want to make sure you kind of hook it into, push it into your far left, and then just set it in here. Now you'll know that it's in properly when it doesn't want to rotate on its own. And it should not hit the guard. So see, I had to get it down into here and it's not spinning, so I know it's actually going to work on the motorized tool. So what I'm gonna do is wash my hands real quick because they're greasy, but I'm gonna close this and we are going to set it on the rotisserie setting. Now, the cool thing about the rotisserie setting is it will automatically have your basket or your spit or your skewers rotate. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to rotisserie, leave it at the 400, and I'm going to do, because when you use one of our pre-set functions, pre-programmed functions, it's going to give you a time. I'm pressing it in and I'm changing it to 12 minutes. And then start. So if you use a pre-programmed function like rotisserie or air fry, it's a preset time, temperature, and you can't change that temperature, but you can change the time. If you want to change the temperature, then you need to use the custom setting. Let me move you guys back a bit. Okay. So I'm just going to look at my notes because there's a lot of information I want to go over tonight. I don't want to forget to tell you guys anything. So you do want to turn your light on. I don't think you'll be able to see it that far away, and make sure it is rotating on its own. If not, you would need to stop it and check it. But it is rotating, all looks good, and it'll be done in about 12 minutes. So I want to talk about, like I said, what sets our air fryer apart from others. It is a family-sized air fryer. It does have room for 3 trays, and it has program settings for the temperature and time, and it comes with all of these program settings, which makes it really user-friendly. So you have air fry, bake, roast, rotisserie, reheat, dehydrate, custom, and then rotate. So if you wanted your basket to rotate and you wanted to use a different setting, let's say you were reheating something but you wanted it to rotate, then you would just press rotate. It's going to automatically rotate on rotisserie, but any other time you want it to rotate, you just hit the rotate button. Okay? You do get, with your air fryer, you get a cooking guide that looks like this. And it's going to tell you all the things you need to know about getting to know your air fryer, oh, that smells amazing, all the different settings, and then it also tells you tons of recipes or how to reheat things or cook things that are common. So fish, chicken, vegetables, all kinds, frozen foods. That is one of the cool features about our air fryer is the reheat function. Or the reheat setting. It's really great for reheating food, and I think people totally overlook that feature on the air fryer. So There is no, another thing about our air fryer, there is no preheating time. So if you're using a recipe from Pinterest or the internet somewhere and it says you need to preheat your air fryer, you can skip that step. With ours, it automatically preheats within 30 seconds. So you can skip that set step and just go straight to whatever the rest of the recipe says. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to grill some corn, because that is the other ingredient in my summer salad. So a couple things also, if you have an air fryer, these little micro grips and these mitts here, mini oven mitts, are really valuable for taking things out of your air fryer and switching your trays up and all of that, because it keeps you from getting burnt. Okay, so this is our mess catcher, and something cool about the mess catcher is the tray sits right on top of the silicone tray here. It's almost like your drip tray at the bottom, except it's silicone. It washes so easy, it is dishwasher safe, and it's really great if you want to cook things that are going to be messy. So your bacon, or like right now, I'm going to do the corn. Now, normally when I'm doing the corn in the air fryer, I put our chili lime seasoning on it because it's just delicious, and it will grill right up nice and give it a really nice flavor. But because this is going in a salad, and this salad already has so many other flavors in it, the basil and garlic and the peach, I don't want to mess with too many flavors. So I really am just going to coat my corn, make sure I get it real nice and buttery. I'm just going to coat it with butter. I just melted the butter in the microwave in our 1 cup prep bowl. True behind the scenes story, the first cup of butter I melted, I hit for too long and it exploded all over my microwave. Fun. So, and I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper on I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper on my corn. Just enough to give it a nice little taste. I love these salt and pepper shakers. This is one of those things in the catalog I had been eyeing for a long time, and finally splurged and got for myself. And they're one of my favorite splurges ever. Okay, so that is all set, and when we are done with our chicken, then I'm gonna pop these in for about 12 minutes, and our corn will be done as well. Wash my hands. I'm going to share with you several of the other things that I have made in the air fryer. So sometimes when you are using your air fryer and you're using a tray, there are some things that just have to have the air move through it to cook. Sometimes if you're reheating something and you don't want it to be as crispy as, say you're reheating a pizza and you don't really want the crust to be super crispy, but you want it to be just a little toasted, you can turn over the silicone drip mold on the mess catcher and put it over top of your tray, almost as a way to protect it from the heat, and it'll make it less crispy. Also, another thing is sometimes you want to limit the mess of what you're making and still be able to have the air move through. So I love these, they're parchment paper basically, they're air fryer liners. I got them on Amazon, and they are also in my group. There's a link to them. I think Amazon Prime Day, they actually had a bunch on sale, but they're relatively inexpensive and they're really great for cleanup. So I'll use this when I'm making salmon. Sometimes if there's just something that I don't want that's super messy, wings, I'll put it on there, and it still gives it a nice crisp, but it's super easy to clean up. You just take your parchment paper and throw it away. I mean, you obviously still have to clean your trays a little bit, but it's nothing like scrubbing to get something really gross off. A tip on cleaning your trays: you will want to have a sink full of soapy water, put some soap on it, use the brush, the cleaning brush that we have. I think I have one close. I love the little cleaning brush we have, the red one, because it gets right in between all of the spots. It's probably in the dishwasher. But we have like a maroon one, and it's got really pointy end that you can get in between, and it just cleans it up real good. But any brush, and let it soak for a few minutes, especially in something like Dawn, it'll pull it up. You can just throw it right in the dishwasher, and then it cleans up nicely for you. Okay, so some of the things that I made this week, in the dehydrate program setting, I made beef jerky, and you can see, I'll take it out and show you, it actually is delicious. I just made little tiny strips on the dehydrate setting. There's a recipe in there for marinade. We used our own marinade, not the marinade in the recipe, but it takes 3 hours to dehydrate, and then I just put them in my reusable bags and seal them up, because let's be honest, they won't last long in my house. Everybody kind of goes crazy for beef jerky, and it's expensive to buy. So we had some really thin steaks that we got on sale, and I used them and marinated them for a couple of hours and then dehydrate for free. Another thing is, I had a half a loaf of Italian bread that we bought for a pasta we made, and it was just sitting there, and it was starting to go stale, and I knew that nobody was going to eat it, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I made some homemade croutons, which we're going to use on, well, some of us are going to use on the salad tonight. I have 2 people in the household that do not like croutons and 2 that love them. So this was really easy. I used the rotating basket for this. I took a half a loaf of French bread, cut it up into cubes, and I put the garlic Parmesan oil on it. I didn't measure it, just enough to coat it. Tossed it around with the tongs, got it real good. Put it in the mess catcher, and I'm not gonna remember, I think it was 10 minutes on rotisserie, but the recipe is in my group, so you can look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes. And the nice thing about it is they are crunchy on the outside, but still soft on the inside. And I would have never thought that was the case using bread that was, going bad. So, and I made these yesterday, and they're still nice and crisp and good. So they're perfect. They're going to be a great addition to the salad tonight. Another thing that you can use your rotating basket for is candied pecans. So this last winter, I was given candied pecans from a friend of mine as a gift, and they were so good. I'm like, how did you make these? And so she told me, and it was kind of involved. Basically, like, you put them in the oven at 250 for, I think, an hour and 15 minutes, and you have to stir them every 15 minutes. Well, I didn't care. I made them. They were very time consuming, but they were delicious, and I shared the recipe with everyone last Christmas. Well, I recently found out that you can make them in the air fryer, in the basket. So that's what I did. I used the recipe, the same ingredients that I used to make them in the oven, poured them over, and then put them in the basket. Sprayed the basket with the kitchen spritzer so that they didn't get all, it just makes it easier to clean and it doesn't stick. Put it in, on rotisserie for 15 minutes, and they came out just perfect and delicious. And these also go in our salad tonight. So I made them today for our salad, which it's got the spring mix, the peaches, the red onion. It has candy pecans, our chicken we just did, and it's supposed to have goat cheese, but I don't like goat cheese, so I'm adding feta. All right, so it's all done, and I'm gonna show you how to take it out. As you can see, the drip tray did its job. It caught, hopefully you can see, it caught all of the mess. And you just reach in with your retrieval tool. See if you can see. It's hard that I'm watching you and not the... All right. And then you just bring it over. Do that. Now, this is where these microwave grips come in handy, because the way that you are going to want to open this is you're going to want to hold on just a second. You're going to want, I'm going to do it this way. You're going to want to hold your tray on the side if you can. I feel like I'm doing this backwards. And then use your retrieval tool to pop it open. So you just pop it open like that, and you can see my chicken is nice and done. I'm going to let it cool. I'm actually gonna pop it out of my basket. Because I don't want it hot on the salad, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the small modular pan and just kind of let it cool. These pans also fit in your air fryer. So if you have the modular sheet pan set, the two small ones fit perfectly in your air fryer. So along with, so they're great for if you want to do breakfast, all kinds of things, cinnamon rolls, all kinds of stuff on them. You can cook on those and put those in there. We also have bun pans that fit in there. I have a list of all the different accessories and Pampered Chef products that you may already have that can go in your air fryer. Okay, so the chicken's gonna cool, and I am gonna pop in the corn. I'm actually going to put my corn, right in like that. I'm gonna do it on air fry. Air fry, press in. Already, remember I said the temperature is gonna be preset, and now I'm gonna change the time, and I wanna do it for 12 minutes. And the light on so maybe you can see it cooking in there. So the other thing, we have these fruit leather trays, and with the fruit leather trays, I've made fruit roll-ups. There's 3 of them, so you can make 3 trays at once. It does take anywhere from 8 to 15 hours, depending on what type of recipe you use, on dehydrate. And it's super, super, super important you rotate halfway through. So if you set this for overnight and go to sleep and don't rotate, only your top rack is gonna be done and your middle and your bottom aren't. So it's really important that you rotate it when it beeps to tell you to rotate it halfway through. I will show you, I made strawberry ones not too long ago, well, maybe a year ago, and they were delicious. I really love blackberry things, so I want to make blackberry ones, but I haven't done that yet. These are mango pineapple, and I love the fact that, you buy fruit roll-ups in the store or fruit strips in the store, and they have a ton of additional ingredients in them that you don't necessarily need. So This was 8 ounces, or maybe 12, I don't remember. A package that, I have the recipe in the group, a package of thawed pineapple, frozen pineapple, a package of thawed frozen mango, and 1.5 tablespoons of honey, and a tablespoon of lime juice. That's it. So very, very easy ingredients. Simple, not a bunch of extras. You can see they come out well in a nice strip. They're not I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. They're not fragile. They're not gonna like fall apart or whatever. You could totally wrap them up if you wanted with parchment paper. I don't. I just roll them up like this and just stick them in a container so that we can grab them and eat them as snacks. I had some for breakfast. So that is the other thing. Let me quickly, the air fryer trays, the fruit leather trays, if you don't have the mess catcher and you want to do like I was talking about where you can make your food less crispy, you can turn this over and pop this on top of your tray so that it's not right up front. So if you're cooking something and you're noticing it's getting a little bit browner than you want it to, you can just slide this right in there and it will protect it from the heat a tiny bit. Let me wash my hands. So if you're joining, I'm dying to know what is the part of your air fryer that you find yourself using the most? Is it your trays? Is it your basket? Is it the mess catcher? Is it the rotisserie spit? That's not just for chicken or turkeys. You can totally do a chicken or a turkey on it. And sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. And but you can also do a pineapple, which is delicious, and roast a head of cauliflower, all kinds of things, and there's lots of ideas that you can use it for and how to use it in the air fryer cooking guide. We also have the skewers, so if you wanted to do kebabs, that doesn't come standard with it, but it does stick in the rotating section, and it will, inside your feature, and it will cook your kebabs and rotate for you at the same time. So let me check my notes and make sure there's nothing else I'm missing. Okay, I think that's it. So this still has some time while it's cooking. I want to just tell you, if you already have our air fryer, I would love to know what you love about it and what you make most in it. Also, because I'm always finding new things from you guys and getting new ideas and ways to use it. And how great is it to have people that you can share your ideas back and forth, and especially when you have an accessory or something that maybe you haven't used, like the basket I was telling you, and now I've had all these great things that I'm able to make in it in no time. So if you do, let me know, pop it below. I would love for us to share. Also, if you do not have our air fryer and it is on your wish list, I want to tell you that in the month of August, you can get it for $100 off, which is a great deal. And on top of getting it for $100 off, you could get it even cheaper. If you chose to host a party and you had $200 in sales, you can get it for 60% off of that sale price. Or if you're not really interested in hosting a party and collecting orders, I do currently have a shared rewards party going on. And the way that party works is, and that's for this workshop, the way that works is as people order, everyone gets a discount on their order. So instead of a host getting all of the host rewards, we share the host rewards among everyone who orders. The more people who order, or the higher in sales we get, the higher the discount goes. So if you are a past host, your past host discount also applies, and you can earn, you can get up to 32.5% off of the air fryer at the sale price. If you are not a past host, you can get up to 25% off of the sale price. We are currently at 7.5% discount with the orders that have already come in, and we're only $5.80 away from a 10% discount for your entire order, and of course past hosts it's even more. So if that's something you're interested in, I will post the link for that below, and you have until the 21st at midnight to order using that link and get a discount. So we have about 6 more minutes on the corn, and what I will do is I don't want to have you guys hanging on just to watch the corn. So when it's done, I will pop the picture below and show you, and then I'll also show you the finished salad that we have when it's all done. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that this was helpful. If there is another Pampered Chef product or appliance you would like to see a workshop on, let me know and I'll make that happen. All right guys, thank you.